Extraordinary Life family! Boom! We are back! Welcome back. Welcome to 2022. The tunes are going because we've got to get pumped, right? This is a new year. You know, we love the energy. We got the lights. We got the music. Let's go. This is one of my go-to tunes whenever we want to get going, whenever we want to go and achieve something, for with that events in life, anything. What's your tune? Tell me down below. What's a tune that really gets you going to take the action, to go for it in life? I'd love to know. I really would. So we're just getting some people coming in, which is fantastic. We don't want any disturbances, so let's get rid of that. Good stuff. So look, we are here. Leo is going. He is let's going. All right. Okay. Let's have enough of that for now. Enough of that for now. There's plenty more times for that to happen during the year. Right. Okay. Look. Here we are, and I know it's the second week of January. I'm coming in with, hey, got some hearts, got some love. Thank you very much, live viewers. Thank you. And you know what Facebook's like. Sometimes it shows me who you are. Sometimes it doesn't. So if I can't see who you are, then I will catch up afterwards. So yeah, just, say hi below. How you doing? How's the start? Parole's in the house. What a year she had last year. What a year she's going to have this year. I've seen your post, Parole. I've seen the clarity. I've seen the progress you made last year. I've seen the clarity you've got for this year. Absolutely outstanding. Amazing. Role model. Simple as that. So look, 2022. This is the second week of January. You're going, Martin, it's a bit late to say Happy New Year. Well, you know what? I'm a real person, right? I understand that for the vast majority of us, last week was not a normal sort of week, right? We had a bank holiday. We are literally coming out of Christmas and New Year. We've still got that tingly Christmassy spirit. The lights only got switched off on Wednesday night. Let's rock 2022, absolutely. Together. Whoop, whoop. I love it, bro. Thank you. So yeah, the lights only went down Wednesday night. And if you've got children, I don't know, not all of you do, but if you've got children, it's not like they went back to school on Monday. Our children didn't, my two boys didn't literally physically go back to school until Thursday. So last week was a very bitty week. It was like we're coming out of this amazing season. We're trying to figure out the logistics. Some of us are still going back into work and, getting up early again, and then figuring out what to do with the kids, and figuring out, how do we box all the decorations up, and then we got to get into, oh my God, they have got to go to school, so ironing the uniforms and the sandwich. I'm here for the real people, right? For the real grounded people that have got stuff to do in their lives, and they don't get it all done for them. And that might sound a little bit, but I just want to say that last week I dipped my toe back into work, into the messages, into social media, into emails. And holy moly, was it full on. Did you see how full on it was? It was New Year's resolution this, New Year's resolution that. It was goal setting this and vision this and 2022. And I mean, it's all very exciting. And I get it. I'm into this. There's nothing more than I love to help somebody create their vision for themselves and see it clearly. And then we go after it and we achieve it. And it's incredible. I love this stuff. But even for me, just coming out of that period of Christmas, New Year, still looking at all the logistics of last week, knowing it's not, a traditional normal week, it was a bit full on. So that is why I kind of picked things up in the second week of January, when we've probably got a little bit more stability, a little bit more normality. Not that I like the word normal. I keep saying it. I don't like normal. What's normal, right? But in terms of that daily routines that we got, we're suddenly getting into those. So it's a full week's work for us, full week for children. The decks are down. It's kind of right ahead of us. And that's kind of what I like. I know there are some of you that it's like 1st of January hits. It's like, come on, give me my vision. and you're mapping it all out, and it's amazing, right? You rock. Massive respect to you. Keep that up, and let's go, right? Let's go. I know the vast majority of us just were trying to find our feet last week, and then now maybe we've got a little bit of space, a little bit of stability to take things forward. So that's why I'm coming in this week. I wanted a massive warm welcome. I hope the festive season was good to you. I hope the new year was good to you. I hope last week was good to you, and that you're coming in. You know this. I was in the corporate world for a great many years, like many of you, and you'd have a break, and then people say, "Oh, you come back all refreshed and stuff." It's like, well, I had to get up earlier, and so I'm not feeling quite as refreshed as I was, because when I was off, I wasn't getting up as early, and it was a little bit of a different routine. So I'm not sure it's refreshed, but there is definitely a sense of renewal, sense of excitement. All those calendars and diaries that you got for Christmas, all that blank white space, just waiting to be filled with all the excitement, the opportunities, all the things that are heading your way. And look, some of those things are going to happen anyway. Some of those things you're going to attract. Because when you're clear on what you want, when you're clear on who it is you want to be and what can help you, you attract those opportunities. Perun knows all about that. Did a post on it last week. And then some of these things you're going to create actively, proactively create. And so that's what we're here for. That's why the Extraordinary Life family, community, me as your host, your coach, your mentor, your trainer, that's why I'm here, to help you live your most extraordinary life, however you wish to define that. And we all have different elements of life that we want to focus on. And this is the whole thing about New Year's resolutions. Yeah. But we also know that 90% of New Year's resolutions, after about 2 weeks, they go by the wayside. We have all that enthusiasm and excitement for, yeah, I'm going to be fitter, or I'm going to earn more money, or this is the year for my business, or, you know, this is my well-being. I'm going to sleep more. I'm not going to stress so much. I'm going to get more balance in my life. All these things we kind of, you know, we choose one or two, and then life kind of takes over, and then all of a sudden they fade. So this is exactly, now a lot of the stuff that was pretty full on last week, this is what it's trying to address. But it was just a little bit early for many of us. But this is the whole, is it the secret to life? I'm not sure if it's the secret to life, but it is such an important part to be able to get clear on what it is that you want. Get clear on why you want it, not intellectually, but in here. And when you've got that, then you'll go and make it happen. Then the plans will happen. Then you'll figure out the how. And the problem with many New Year's resolutions is people just haven't done that. They haven't got it clear enough, specific enough. And they haven't gone really deep into why this isn't just a I'd like to, or even I could do, I should do. It's an absolute must. This will improve my life, no question, and there's nothing going to get in the way of this. That's the kind of level of commitment and determination and passion that you want from things you want to work on. Otherwise, they go by the wayside. So that's why I'm here. That's why, you know, my incredible inner circle are here, and you know, they're going to be around this year. We've got Adam for business coaching. We've got Fanny for your money coaching. We've got Rebecca for your well-being coaching. We've got Ed and Sarah for your fitness coaching. And we're going to have lots of special guests this year as well, bringing in more people to mentor and coach and train you. So it's going to be an exciting year. I want you to, one of my messages was to be real with you about last week. And also, if you have got your New Year's resolutions and your vision for this year sorted, brilliant, well done, massive respect, share it with us. Carolyn Street in the house. Wait, oh! Massive love to you, my love. Just believe I just signed up to book number 6. That'll be coming to a bookstore near you soon, namely Amazon. Excellent. Thanks for joining. So I know some of you have got that sorted. Brilliant. Carry on. And if you need our support to help with that momentum, then please do tap into that. But if you've got something you're working on, please share in the comments. Let us know. You know, there's a psychological thing of, if you go and commit to it, in other words, you go and share it out there in the world, it makes you go, this is real, this is happening. You know, you've made a declaration. So put something in the comments. If you're shy about it and you're kind of going, I'm not quite sure, maybe go a little bit deeper into is this an absolute must? Is this absolutely what you're going to be doing? But for many people, they haven't got it sorted. They haven't got a 2022 vision. They don't know who they want to be at the end of the year. They haven't got a New Year's resolution. And I want to say, one of the messages I want to get across today is, it's okay. It's okay to not have it sorted. And I think this is really important, especially after the hectic, crazy start last year with every coach and their dog going, this, and come to this mastermind, and come to this workshop. And we're like, oh my God, my feet's not even under the desk, and I've still got all this. What? Hey. So, if you haven't got it sorted, it's okay. It's okay. You've got all this week. You've got all this month. You've got all this year. You've got your whole life ahead of you. This time of year is great. It is a sense of review and then plan forward. It's just a natural part of the calendar. But I just want to remind you that you can choose. The superpower that we all have as human beings is choice. That might sound really weird, but it's true. And many of us don't think we have a choice. Crikey, I spent 20 years in the corporate world thinking I didn't have a choice to do something different. Man, was I wrong. And did I pay a penalty for that? But we do have a choice. We can choose at any moment in time, any time of year, what we want to improve on, what we want to develop, what we want to try, what we want to do something new of. If there's something, you can decide that at any time. Yes, this is a great time of year, but don't get too caught up in it, in that, because what I've discovered a lot of people do, they get caught up, everyone's like, well, they think everybody's making these resolutions and commitments and they're all going to be amazing. And then they kind of go, I got to think of something. And it doesn't really mean that much to them, but they've just gone, oh, I'm going to get fitter. I haven't really thought, well, what level of fitness is that? Are we going to run marathons, or are you just looking to run around the garden with your kids? That dictates exactly what you're going to do. There's a massive difference. And why do you want to do it? Again, is it because of the marathon? Is it because of the kids? But why? Why is that so important to you? And then you can figure out the how, which is going to be very, very different. But when you don't kind of go through that process, when you just choose something and then you get on with life and you don't deliberately, intentionally focus on it or have a plan, even the loose elements of a plan to make it happen, guess what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, if you're lucky, it's just a distant memory. And you'll just end up having a similar year to last year. Well, we don't want that, do we? We want to be growing. We want to be developing. We want this to be an even more exciting year. No matter what kind of year you had. And remember, it was an up and down roller coaster of a year. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering. One of the key things, and you know, it takes nothing away from all that pain and suffering, because we have all had it. I know people who are watching live, we've all had that last year. And some of us have really focused on it. Some of us have been very open about it, and some of us haven't. We all handle it in our different ways. Going forward, you know, the last 2 years have been a real test for everybody across the globe. But if you remember at the Extraordinary Life event last year in January, Adam said there's always something. Now, admittedly, these last 2 years have been pretty extreme. It's been the most extreme thing because it's impacted nearly every life on the planet. No other thing, not even the world wars, impacted this amount of people around the world. There is literally only a handful of islands in the Pacific that haven't been touched with that. And even one of those got touched by it towards the end of last year. So this really has been a pretty extreme. But there is always something out there trying to grab our attention, or trying to be negative, or trying to take things away. And it could be, you know, announcements from the government. It could be the economy. It could be all kinds of things. It could be a pandemic. The key is what you focus on. That's not to say you don't pay attention, but what you focus on day in, day out, week in, week out, what you choose to focus on will dictate your quality of life and your happiness, your joy, your fulfillment, the improvement you want to make. What were the two definitions, the kind of two pillars that we said an extraordinary life was based on? Do you remember? Over the last year, we've talked about them lots and lots of times. The one is life on your terms. How do you dictate life on your terms? And that's easy. You go, Martin, that's easy for you to say, you know, but what about the economy? What about my job? What about income? And I got bills to pay and taxes to pay. I understand that, but each and every one of us has, again, that power, that choice to say, what do I want my life to look like? And how do I want to live my life? You don't have to have all the answers at that point. But if you go, this is how I want to live and feel, you can then start figuring out how do you make that happen, because there is a world of opportunities out there. But you've got to define the terms on which you want to live your life. What's super important to you? Friends and family, your health, how you want to feel, the impact you want to have out there in the world, whatever it is. We define that. These are the terms on which we live our life. So living an extraordinary life, thank you, lovely, for all the hearts. Thank you. If you want to live an extraordinary life, the first part, you've got to go, well, what do I want? How do I want to live? Life on your terms. And it's not arrogance. It's just going, how do you want your life to be? This is your life, not somebody else's. Somebody else can tell you, oh, you must do this and should do this and all this. It's your life. They're not the ones that are going to regret the things you did or didn't do. And a little bit of a side note, chances are you're not going to regret it. You know, when it comes to the end, you ain't going to regret what you did do. You're going to regret what you didn't do. And when you don't define how do I want to live my life, you're going to miss all those things, or you're not going to have the courage, or not going to have, you know, that thought process that's going to help you achieve some of those things you want to do, or at least give them a go. A lot of things in life don't work out. A lot of things don't work out. But unless you give it a go, you ain't going to know. And also, if you give something a go, how much further forward are you going to be than if you went, no, I don't think so. I would rather be 70% further on and not achieve the heady goal that I set than to have gone, no, and not give it a go. Because that means I'm 70% less further forward than I would have been. So when I'm going off on one, but this is life on your terms. And it's something that most people don't think about, because they just kind of drift through life. They go through, right, they've got to do this, and the to-do lists, and the job, the routine, but they haven't really stepped back. They haven't given themselves that time to go, what do I actually want? What do I want to feel like? Life on your terms, that's the first pillar. Second pillar was not letting the outside world dictate your happiness and quality of life. And again, some people are going to go, that's all right for you to say, but I got bills to pay, and the taxes, and the economy, and government announcements. You know what? All of that is always going to happen. And most of it is out of your control. I've seen way too many people, and I'm telling you, good people, really good, loving, caring, amazing at what they do people, focus a little bit too much on the stuff that's out of their control over the last 2 years. Focusing on the government announcements, focusing on the numbers, focusing on the conspiracy theories, focusing on all the stuff that it doesn't add to the quality of your life. So stuff is always going to happen out there. People are always going to demand your time. Remember last year, you're here, and it's a privilege to be here, and I don't take it for granted, because you're taking time out to be with me right now, whether it's on replay or live. I don't take that for granted. There is always going to be people out there vying for your attention. Last week was a brilliant example. All these people going, New Year's resolution is, and come to my mastermind, and come to this 3-hour workshop. It's like, oh my God, I've just come out of the new year. If you're asking me to spend 3 hours with you on a workshop, what are you what? Hey? My head's spinning. But they're all going, this. And you're going to emails. All that is a whole bunch of people going, me. Look at me. Often, work with me. Buy from me. Remember we said about life on your terms? You've got to take more control of what you let into your life, when you let people in, what you decide to look at, what you decide not to look at. Those emails, people get emails. It's just, again, I'm going off on one because it's just, it's just in the moment. People get consumed by messages and messenger and emails. and it pops up all the time. So they're constantly reacting, constantly reacting. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? If you set aside some time, if you just set aside a short amount of time to look at all of that every day or every other day. Heck, you know, some people just do it once a week, right? If you do that, you free up your time, you free up your energy, you free up your focus. Because all of a sudden you can focus on the things that really matter, not everybody else going, whoa, look at me. But this is messages, this is Messenger, this is email, this is WhatsApp, this is the news, this is everything out there. Extraordinary quality of life, an extraordinary life, however you wish to define that, all the nuances of what that means, they all come down to a pillar of what terms do you wish to live life on? Life on your terms. And the other thing is not letting all the outside world dictate your happiness and quality of life. And it sounds simple, and to be honest, it is if you just make the conscious and deliberate decision to do that. But you do have to think about it. Let's come back to New Year's resolutions. Why do most 90% of New Year's resolutions not get followed through? It's because it hasn't been thought through. Intellectually, it's not been thought through, and then heart-wise, it's not. It's not meant something to them. There's a big difference between I want to get fit and I want to get fit so that I can lift my boys over my head, chase them around the garden, take them rock climbing, take them snowboarding, take them on expeditions, go canoeing down the rivers that they've never even heard of and can't even pronounce, go on adventures and expeditions, not just this year, but going forward. I want a fitness that can help me do that. Do you think I'm going to put some effort and time behind doing that rather than, oh, I think I might get a bit fit this year? I'm loving all the hearts, by the way. I do see them all. And Wendy's here. There is a massive difference. This is why a lot of people, not only New Year's resolutions don't come to fruition, but when somebody wants to improve their life, and they go, I'm not where I am. I'm not where I want to be. You know, I'm made for more. You know, we've all felt like that at times. You're going, oh, God, I just wish life was better. And the problem is we then get caught up in life and we just go through all the motions. But at that point where we go, God, I wish life was better. Or I wish my fitness was better. I wish my well-being was better. I wish I slept better. I wish I ate better. I wish my business was better. I wish I had more impact. I wish I didn't stress so much. I wish I had better balance in my life. At the moment where you think that, you've then got to step back and go, right, how am I going to make this happen? Why is this so important? It's obviously popped into my head. Why is it so important to me? And go really deep on that. And then you're going to go, oh my God, this isn't just a thought. This is something I have to do. This is a must. And I must do this. And I'm going to find a way of doing it. And at this point, you still might not have all the answers. You might not even have all the questions. This is the beauty of life. But now you know what you want and you know why. And now you can go after it. And you might have to go and speak to somebody. Hooray! Go and get support from somebody who's 3 steps ahead of you, 10 steps ahead of you, 1 step ahead of you. But they know what you should do next and how you can do it in the most efficient and effective way that's not going to take you 10 years to master. It might just take you some days, some weeks, some months. This is what Success Leaves Clues is all about. Learn from the success of other people. As adults, though, we seem to think we need to have all the answers. Newsflash, you don't even have all the questions, people, and it's a beautiful thing. The thing is, we don't kind of like uncertainty, and we don't tend to like things that are out of our control. We don't like the unknown, so we kind of go into it and go, oh, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just stick with what I know, because that's the only thing. I like a bit of certainty, but you know what? On the other end of certainty, at the other end of all those things you don't know, is your extraordinary life. Everything you know, everything you do has got you this far. There is so much more. And maybe this is the year that you make that happen. And it's not about making some off-the-cuff New Year's resolution. It's about just thinking it through a little bit more. This is my main message, and we've covered a few tangents and some stuff I didn't even think we would. Hey, you know me. But hopefully you've it's added value. It's got you thinking about, well, what does this year really mean to me? Is it about a bunch of to-do list stuff? Is it, I want to, again, this is something that people trip up on. They go, I want to do this, this, and this. And that's cool. If you want to go on holiday to wherever, go make it happen. That's cool. But it's more about who do you want to be? How do you want to feel? This time next year, you want to look back and go, I am living a better quality of life. I'm happier about myself or my family, or I've got more intimate relationships, or my business is flying, or whatever it might be. I've got better, the holy grail is I've got better balance in my life. That's my thing. That's what I help people with. In a year's time, you want to be looking back going, yes, I made that happen. It wasn't just about ticking boxes. It's about here. So it's a privilege and a pleasure to be here with you. I'm so excited to be back with you. I'm excited that you guys rocked up as well. I mean, sister's in the house. It's brilliant. And I've seen lots and lots of comments. Oh, I've got sort of, oh, this could be a blog. Thank you. Maybe it should be a blog. You're absolutely right. Let's get the transcript. Oh, thank you. Oh, I saw a move. I'm just looking at the comments. Just bear with me, guys, because this is live. I love a bit of we're rocking and look at that excitement. Oh, yes. Who wants to be an extra in their own movie? Parul, the master storyteller, my storyteller of choice. Absolutely. What a great comment. Who wants to be an extra in their own movie? This is my whole thing. A hero's journey is kind of what started empathy coaching and my foray into coaching, full stop. For 20 years, I felt like a bit part in my own life, in my own story. I didn't feel like the author. I certainly didn't feel like the leading man. I just felt like I was being pushed from pillar to post. This is where it comes back. It's probably what, at the time it came in, you know, letting the outside world dictate your happiness and quality of life. It feels like everybody else is pulling your strings. They're pulling you from here, and then you think you've sorted this bit out, and then somebody's over here going, oh, it's like, that is not life on your terms. It's not to say you can't help other people. It doesn't mean that you can't be there for other people. But you've just got to make sure that you're doing it in a way that's not burning you out, that's bringing pleasure and achievement to you, and connection, real connection to you. Be the leading man or woman in your story. This is your life story. We've said it. At the end of the days, no one else is going to regret what you did or didn't do, but you will. Make sure you go out kicking and screaming, knowing you've given life the best shot, that it was extraordinary, because it's a miracle that we're here. You and I being here, the trillions of things that to align over billions of years, it's just, if you can grasp just a fraction of what that really means, you'd look at life so much differently. And yes, I'm in that privileged, I say privileged position, but unique position of you know, dying once, taking my last 2 breaths twice on the floor, deciding to end it all. I see life as this beautiful gift, and it seems like a cliche, but when you really grasp the beauty of life and what's ahead of you, the opportunities, that superpower of choice, man, it changes everything. And this is what we're here for. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've got some more comments here. I'm just going to get... Kelly was in the house as well. Oh my goodness, I'll give Kelly a wave. It's, oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, great examples. Thank you. Setting goals is low frequency thing. Why most people never achieve a low frequency thing. I'm just giving myself a moment to think. I like that. I like that. Setting goals is a low frequency thing. It is if they don't mean anything to you. People get so hung up on the goal, but really what it is what's the outcome you're looking for? What are you looking, what's beyond? It's not just about achieving something, a physical thing. It's what's the outcome? How do you want to feel? How do you want to be? What's the impact? When you get excited about that, well, you can make extraordinary things happen. If you just get hung up on little details and a to-do list, well, it's not so exciting. A to-do list is not very exciting. Look at the outcome, what you're trying to achieve. I'm loving it. Thank you. And Wendy was in the house as well. Wendy being my accountability coach. Yeah, keeps me on point every week. If you haven't got an accountability coach, you kind of need one. Keeps you on point, guides you, helps you review what's gone well, what hasn't gone well in the last week, and then plan out the following week. Amanda was in the house. Great to see you as well. I'm just going through messages just to make sure I don't missing anything. Ceaseless change. Oh, whoa. Ceaseless change is the only way to live. Just a great comment, Septa, because guess what, people? Everything's changing all of the time. In a world where many people don't like change, the reason there's then a conflict and they feel anxious. Been there, 20 years. The reason they feel anxious and stressed is because they're trying to take control of the uncontrollable. They're trying to find certainty in things that aren't certain. So again, it then comes back to, what are you focusing on? What is in your control? Well, how you live, how you decide to live, the terms on which you're going to live, and deciding what you let in and what you don't let in, and what action and energy you take, that's in your control. As long as you think about it deliberately and intentionally. That's how things improve. That's how you live a more extraordinary life. A brilliant, brilliant comment. Thanks, Septa. Oh man, I think Kirsty was in the house. Kirsty. Thank you. I'll give her a wave. Right, so look, this was it. We've gone a little bit over time. This was the welcome. Welcome to 2022. Welcome to the new year. I hope you've been kind to you so far. It hasn't been kind to everybody, and some of those people I've spoken to. It is now about just working its way through. Again, what can we focus on? What are the facts, not the fiction? What's the facts of the matter? What's in our control, and what we're now going to focus on to make sure that we're moving forward. Sometimes we're going to have inch days, moving an inch forward. Sometimes we go in leaps and bounds. But as long as we know where we're headed, as long as we know the outcome that we're looking for, well, I'll take an inch. Because they will grow over the next weeks, months. I'm going to be far further forward if I just inch forward every day than if I don't do anything at all, if I'm not clear on where I want to go, because I might end up over there. I don't want to go over there. I want to go over there. So look, it's that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you for live. Thank you for all the replayers. I hope this has set you up. I hope it's given you something to think about, give you some perspective, and hopefully it's been almost a sigh of relief, because there's a lot of noise out there going this. It's like, remember, not let the outside world dictate your happiness and quality of life. Some people are feeling like they're behind already. You're not behind. We can do anything at any time. It's just a bit crazy at the moment because everyone gets on the New Year's resolution banner, but it's more the bandwagon. But it's okay if you don't have that sorted. And what I will say is, will I be doing some work with this on this for you? Yeah, I'm going to be setting up a session, not a 3-hour workshop or an all-day mastermind. It's within an hour, and I'm going to take you through the process I go through to help me get clear. And it's just really simple process. It's not over complicated or convoluted. And I'd love to share that with you. I'll set up a separate session for that. You can come along to that. I'll give you plenty more notice as well on that one. And we'll go through it together and see if you've already got some stuff you want to work on, great. You might get even more clarity. You might look at it in a different way. And if you haven't got it sorted yet, cool, come along and we can go through it step by step. So I'll get that in the diaries for you all later on this week. And in the meantime, breathe. Welcome to 2022. Welcome to probably the more normal of the weeks that we've had. Enjoy it. Breathe it in. There's a whole year. There's a whole life ahead of you. It's going to be extraordinary. And what you focus on will dictate that. And I am here for you to get that balance right, to get that vision right. And so am I amazing inner circle to help you with your business, your well-being, your money, your fitness. And we've got a lot planned. There's going to be more events. There's that World Summit. So looking forward to that. And then much more in between. And a lot more structure about the trainings that we're going to be doing. So thank you for joining. Thank you. I don't take it for granted, especially your time. Go and have a great rest of the day. Have a great week. Have a great year. And I'll see you back here real soon for some more training, some more insights, some more perspective to help you live your most extraordinary life. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and remember just how extraordinary you are. Thanks, everybody.